Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust, the first Farlands or Busts of 2013. Hooray! Watch out for creepers. Watch out for the New Year's creepers. We got the skeleton army out there. There's a creeper. There's another one. Hey, they've come to greet the new year. But yeah, happy 2013. Oh, miscellaneous blocks clogging up our inventory. Let's get this out of here. Happy 2013. Hope your New Year's was safe, good, relaxing. I didn't personally do anything, but hope it was good for everybody. I don't feel like I should go that way on account of the creepers, but this way on account of the skeletons. Let's take a little bit of a detour. I know, Kurt, why aren't you walking completely perfectly west? Keep taking all these detours. Well, blah, it's my show, I'll do what I want. But no, it's for reasons such as these, but also for reasons to keep it interesting and to keep it a little bit more about the journey and not the destination, the Farlands, and also about staying alive, which those guys do not wish for me to do. So yeah, back, Farlands or Bust, episode 204. And we raised a bunch more money over the New Year's. We are at $11,062 for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie. Excuse me. And yeah, really generous donations there to ring in the new year. Really helpful to all those kids in hospitals around the world. Which is obviously, as I had mentioned many times, what Child's Play charity is all about, so I appreciate it. And also, I have to mention, on New Year's Eve, I'm sure... Oh, careful, Wolfie. Cactus, cactus, cactus. I'm sure many of you have seen... Actually, many more of you than actually watch this show have seen the Jason Statham Initiative grand finale. The Buzz Cut. The Buzz Cut itself, I recorded for video proof. And I got a very nice response. Still getting very nice responses to that video. I do appreciate it. That was a very nice way to cap off the year. Crazy, just unexpected, amazing year personally for myself. But just to cap that off like that, you guys know that I'm always quite nervous indeed about those in real life videos. No matter what's going on, if I'm shaving my head or showing you The Office or whatever. So... I appreciate that. Yeah, it has like over 4,000 likes now. That's crazy. Where are all you people during Farlands or Bust episodes? No, just kidding. I understand it was a special thing, and I appreciate everybody's support for that and kind words. It's very... Oh, what's that? I do not like what that looks like. Yeah, let's go this way, Wolfie. It's much nicer in the water than potential lava over there. So yeah, I do appreciate that. That's great. I had fun editing and showing that. Pretty funny stuff there going on. So thank you very much. Thank you. Indeed. Ooh. Right, Wolfie? No. So yeah, still got the buzz cut. I'm pretty much used to it by now. Like I said, even in the last episode. It was confusing. That last episode I recorded after I got the buzz cut, but before I released the video, so some people in the comments seemed a little bit confused, like, why didn't he talk about the video, like the response to the video in that episode? It's because I hadn't seen it yet. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, you understand. So, yeah, thank you once again. That was a good response, and then the Mindcrack Reddit kind of exploded, so... Good times had by all. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie. Woo! Something else that exploded the Reddit that I hadn't talked about was the B-Team meetup. Like I mentioned, was unfortunately unable to attend, but it seemed like it went off, careful, Wolfie, went off pretty well. Big crowd, and it almost seemed like another miniature Minecon for those who couldn't make it, and even of the pictures I saw, there were quite a few people there who actually also went to Minecon, so good on BWO and Generic B, of course, for doing that. Seems like those guys enjoy that sort of stuff. I I don't not enjoy it, but it is a little bit more of an interesting experience, those sort of things for me. Obviously, Minecon was, so in the future, like I said, I mentioned before, in response to the success of Mindcon and the good time I had there, I would definitely be more open to attending future conventions. I'd like to attend a convention where Minecraft isn't the main draw, and therefore I could attend more as an attendee versus a featured guest or anything like that. So perhaps, haven't decided yet, but perhaps in the future. So yeah, the B-Team meetup. Check out like the pictures. Like I said, a lot of people posting albums and stuff on the Mindcrack subreddit. So check it out. Got some wood and planks. Perfect. We're set for a little bit. How are we doing? Let's have Wolfie do a little bit of hunting. Boop. In your face. Uh-oh. Careful of that cliff. Oh, God. Well, that was a zero-sum net result there, because you hurt yourself more than this single bone is going to... Oh, did he eat that? I hope he ate that. More than the single thing is going to heal. And these, yep, down to the bottom of the ocean. Grab it. I don't know if I got that second one, but... Alright, continuing on. So yeah, that went on. What else went on? Oh, a lot of people. I suppose I should address this, speaking of the Reddit. Once again, thank you. Oh, it looks a lot better than what you had before, the buzz cut and this and that. There was some after the fact. It was a little bit janky after the fact. I went back and actually took time without recording and tried to clean it up. I'm gonna let it like grow out a little bit and then go to an actual, hair cutting establishment and actually get it well done. But like I said, I don't go out that much, so whatever. I don't care. Nobody's gonna see it. But a lot of people were very surprised the fact that I have some muscles on my arms. I don't know if it was the angle or the mirror or something like that. I don't think I'm particularly buff or anything like that. Do I even lift? Actually, no, I don't. I don't do any of that stuff. Thanks, I guess. I mean, it's probably noticeable because I never wear t-shirts. A friend of mine said, I don't think I've ever seen you wear a t-shirt. Just a t-shirt. I was wearing the Indeed Farlands of Us t-shirt, available at farlands.spreadshirt.com. So maybe that was... I normally wear my long sleeve shirts, button down shirts and stuff like that. But I wore a t-shirt. A, it's a Farlands of Us t-shirt, but B, I didn't want to get a bunch of hair clippings all over my nice shirts. So yeah, I don't lift. Like I mentioned, I don't know. I think it might have been in a Mindcrack episode where I mentioned this, but I think it was end of the summer, beginning of the fall, August, September, October-ish. I noticed that was about the time, like I said, throughout the summer, where I'm like, yes, this YouTube thing can actually be a full-time thing. So I spend more time and concentrate more on getting videos and content and, administering websites and t-shirt shops and things like that online. So I spend a good many hours a day, in excess of 12 hours a day in front of the computer. Got a nice new chair to help my back out a little bit better. That's been working well, but that tends to not be good for your muscle atrophy situation. So I just started about that time to just randomly started doing push-ups. I'm not lifting weights or anything like that. Just doing push-ups, like before and after taking a shower, or just any, say I'm done recording and I'm rendering a video. I get up to go walk to wherever else, the kitchen or whatever else in my house, and on the way I can just be like, okay, I'll just do push-ups right now, just on the living room floor. And it started out in the summer, I could barely get to 10 at a time without being like, running out of steam. So I kind of have taken the approach, previous times where I've joined a gym or tried to exercise, I tend to overdo it the first week or so, and then you become noodle arms, and then you kind of just give up because you're uncomfortable, it's painful. So this time I've taken the approach of just do enough, don't overexert yourself. So for a couple weeks I only did, sets of 10, for a while, push-ups, and then, you know, the next couple weeks I went up to 15. You know, still not really over exerting myself, and it just kept on improving and improving. You know, just anytime, like I said, I don't specifically say, okay, at this moment I'm going to do 3 sets of this of push-ups. It's just like, I'm kind of bored right now, I'm in between doing projects, okay, drop and give me 20. So that's the sort of thing, approach I take. Let me go to sleep before stuff starts spawning, and I have to use these muscles to fight and defend my life and freedom? Sure, my freedom. Let's go to sleep. And a musclesness or something. Musclesness. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so basically now I'm up to still keeping with the same thing. I'm not maxing myself out, I guess is the weightlifting term. I'm not overexerting myself, but every once in a while I can do now up to 40 push-ups. So at the end of the summer I was barely getting through 10, and now I'm just doing 40. And it's just kind of the thing. It's very interesting. In my own personal perspective, it's very interesting scientifically what the human body, the animal, I guess, in general, we're mammals, the human body is capable of adapting to. And basically, my approach, I haven't been following any workout regimen or P240 by 180X or whatever the heck those things are called. I basically, you assume, okay, you start doing an activity and your body is self-aware enough, I guess, to the point where it has to adapt. So I've basically gotten my body used to the fact that every so often, just throughout the day, am I going the right way? Yeah. Throughout the day, I'm just like, okay, suddenly push-ups. So the body must be like, okay, I should probably, my muscles anyway, I should probably get used to randomly doing 40 push-ups throughout the day. And then I guess that just adjusts, you know, your strength. I'm not looking to like gain a bunch of weight or muscle mass or anything like that. It's just something I do, and it makes me feel good, gives me more energy, and that's where that comes from. So no, I do not even lift. I just happen to do push-ups every once in a while. I suppose I should consider adjusting some things to kind of balance that out. Obviously, sitting down all day, my legs don't get much of a workout, so I don't know, maybe I should start doing, what's kind of the push-up equivalent? Squats? I don't know. I don't really want to get, like I said, I don't want to get too complicated. Once you introduce like free weights and stuff, and then it's like, then you have to decide to actually start doing specific moves and reps and stuff. And I like to keep things simple. I'll just blah, 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 do about so many push-ups, move on, go on with my day. And, you know, 4 hours later, if I have another free moment to spare, another 40 push-ups or something like that. It's very simple. Doesn't cost me anything. I don't have to own any equipment. I don't have to, where's Wolfie? Oh, he's way back there. I don't have to join a gym or anything like that. I don't have to, you know, I don't even have to, like, change my clothes. You know, I don't get all, because I don't overexert myself, I don't get all sweaty and gross or anything like that. So certainly I'm not, I'm no expert. I'm not saying that this is the absolute recommended thing to do, but it's what I'm doing. And I got a lot of questions, like, since when does Kurt have muscles? I would ask myself the same thing, to be honest, because I've always been, as I've mentioned, pretty skinny and scrawny. So this is more of an attempt, a lifestyle change, if you will, New Year's Eve reference from the last episode. Just something I do now. It's just part of my daily routine. Indeed. Whoop, hi. Woof, indeed. What else is going on? I guess, speaking of just normal day-to-day stuff-ish, get a Wolfie job, pig. That pig was useless. I've seen a couple movies. I haven't talked about the movies I've seen recently. I saw The Hobbit, of course. I gotta keep up with my geek cred. Saw The Hobbit. I haven't read any of the books, The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit book. So I'm all just approaching this from a fan of the movies, but I enjoyed it. I have heard from people who have read The Hobbit that they've included and added a bunch more to the movies that ever even was in the books. I'm assuming that's to be more self-referential to the Lord of the Rings movies. And I actually, after seeing The Hobbit, the next day I wanted to watch, I have the extended versions on the DVD of the Lord of the Rings, which I would recommend. Because I saw, obviously, the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings, and everything made sense, but it seemed like there were some holes in the plot. The extended versions close up all those holes, and you'll learn a lot more about the characters and different situations than the theatrical versions of the movies themselves. Of course, the extended versions are like 4 hours long, but regardless, there's a lot of stuff in The Hobbit that kind of references the movies that maybe weren't included in the actual book, The Hobbit. So that was really cool. You know, I definitely saw a bunch of that. Where's Wolfie? I want him to spawn before I cross this ice ocean. So that is really cool. And in watching the movies over again, since seeing The Hobbit, there's a lot of stuff, even though Peter Jackson, I don't think at the time he was making Lord of the Rings and the Fellowship of the Ring and everything, I don't think at the time he knew that he was going to go back and make The Hobbit, but there's still a lot of self-referential stuff that like, okay, that makes sense. You know, this was this, and okay, he did this pocket, and okay, these things happened here that now the Fellowship of the Ring is experiencing, and kind of harkening back to, remember Bilbo's tales? This is this and this. So kind of cool. I would recommend it. I'll have to see it in a better theater. I kind of saw it on a small theater. I think it was the theater's fault, but for like the first half, it was very hard to hear what they were saying. They were very soft-spoken, and that was kind of the part of the place the part of the movie you really had to pay attention to get the backstory and all the character introductions and things. I don't want to see it in 3D. I'm not a fan of 3D movies. I don't know I know they recorded it in 48 frames per second. I don't know if that will make a difference. But if I do see it again before it's out of the theaters, I'll have to try to get it in a bigger, nicer, more modern theater than what I saw it in. Indeed. I also saw the James Bond movie, Skyfall. Did I mention this already? I don't remember. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It didn't seem so much like a James Bond movie as it just seemed like an action spy thriller movie. You know, there wasn't that much of the gadgets, which I guess part of the storyline, no spoilers, but there wasn't much of that, and there were, you know, but it was I enjoyed it. It was a thorough enjoyment of entertainment with that. Indeed. Also, speaking of entertainment, saw the Doctor Who Christmas special. I know I've gotten a few questions. Have you seen the new Doctor Who? I have. I liked it, but there is still a question mark after that sentence, as has been the last few seasons of Doctor Who. I'm interested to see where they're going, and I hope getting these new characters and companion might refresh the series a little bit. But we'll see. I'm going to watch it for the sake of giving it a chance and for the sake of my own tradition with it, I guess. What is this splashing I hear? Oh, there must be... I think there's a cave. Oh god, I'm going to go inside and find out myself. No. I think there's a cave under there, and zombies are trying to swim up to get me. Pretty funny. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Doctor Who. So, yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't recommend it, and I've seen this in reviews. I wouldn't recommend it if it's your first Doctor Who episode, because there's a lot of stuff you have to understand and characters you have to recognize from previous episodes that I could assume would be completely lost if this is your first episode. So go back and start from the actual, say, 9th Doctor or something like that. The first episode's there through Netflix. They're all on Netflix now, so I would recommend that over trying this as your first episode. Woof indeed. But yeah, those are some few things I've done. And I've noticed, in speaking of the B-Team meetup, I've been watching some BOOs and Generic Bees episodes where they talk about it a lot, and in coming back from Minecon, it feels like myself and others, not that I'm complaining, not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but myself and others have been a little bit more self-referential in terms of discussing, and you guys had a lot of questions regarding this, so we answered them, whatever. in discussing being a Let's Player. You know, a lot of people ask, oh, did you ever think you'd get this big? How was it having to sign autographs for people and this or that or whatever? I feel like that has been going on, at least for my own personal conversation, has been going on for quite a while, and I'd like to take a break, which is why I started talking about movies and Doctor Who and stuff. I'd like to take a break from that. It's kind of, I'm not a big fan of musicals or plays. I perhaps have been watching the wrong ones, I don't know. But the ones I have watched and seen, they seem to all be about musicals or plays. Like, they're all very self-referential about the industry. I know that makes sense because the people writing and directing these plays and musicals, that's all they know is writing and making plays and musicals. So they end up making the play or musical about the characters putting on a play or musical or whatever. It's Inception. Musicalception. But that feels a little bit like what I've been doing the last month or so since coming back from Minecon. Which is fine. It's like I said, it's good to reflect and stuff like that, but I'd like to switch it up in the new year. Switch it up a little bit. Get crazy. Have new things to talk about. So I feel like I've picked some questions from you guys that are a little bit more just random and about everyday non-YouTube Let's Play things. So we're going to get to those, whoops, in the next day here after I go to sleep. Woof, indeed. Wolfie agrees with this course of action. This course of conversational action. So, I think I should be able to sleep, shouldn't I? Yep. And awakeness. Oh, voice crackness. Hold on, I need a sip of water. Water. Flushes me right out. Anyway. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, these questions, like I said, I'd like to get to. The first series... Well, that was weird. Wolfie was, like, walking exactly with me. How are you doing? Let's give you... I think there's... Yeah, you could have used a little bit more health there. All right. The first series, a series of just random questions from Becky's Bunnies. Hello, Becky's Bunnies. I'm not sure how many of you there are. But you're apparently bunnies, rabbits, and I welcome you to my show. No, but Becky's Bunnies asked, first question, what do you cook for dinner? Obviously, it's a little bit more complicated now that I've gone gluten-free, but I've mentioned a few things before, but chicken is kind of a boring but an easy thing to do every day. Not every day, I don't do it every day, but like chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts are just cheap to buy at the grocery store, and you can just freeze them and bring them out whenever you want them. But yeah, I've been doing that, and I've mentioned before doing like breaded chicken breast. I found that the gluten-free breadcrumbs, which are actually corn-based, it's almost like cornbread, cornmeal sort of stuff. I'm finding that I'm liking that more than I used to like just the normal breadcrumbs on chicken. So I've been doing a lot of that. You dip the chicken breast in egg, and then put it in the breadcrumbs that have been seasoned with whatever seasonings you want, and then put them in the fryer, not the fryer. I don't have like a fryer, but the frying pan, or mix it with some Parmesan cheese and put it in the oven for baked chicken Parmesan. That always turns out very good. Like I said, I enjoy that because the corn breadcrumbs, I would even recommend it if you're not gluten-free. They come out a lot crispier. They come out a lot like cornbread, kind of a little bit more sweeter, I guess you could call it. So highly recommended. Mwah, I just made that's a spicy meatball, the Italian yummy kiss thing. So I've done that. Tonight I'm going to attempt, I've done it once before already, I'm going to attempt my Italian meatball. Speaking of a spicy meatball, I use Italian sausage, and I used to do it a lot with, obviously, you put breadcrumbs in there, in the meatballs, but obviously I can't do that. So I've done it once before. I've done it with the corn breadcrumbs, but the consistency isn't quite there. It doesn't have the meatballs don't have the same texture. I think it's probably because the breadcrumbs the corn breadcrumbs don't absorb the oils from and fats from the Italian sausage. So I'm gonna mess with the measurements a little bit tonight to see if I can remedy that. I don't know. I might have to give up the meatballs altogether. Single tier. So, yeah, those are the kind of things I make for dinner. I make a lot of baked potatoes are easy, gluten-free. I'll just like throw 4 potatoes in the oven and they'll be done in an hour, and then I'll have one that night and with whatever else I'm eating, and then I'll have 3 more to have in the future, so so I don't have to heat up the oven every day. So baked potatoes are easy. I'm not a big on making steaks. I like steak, but I've never really taught myself or known how to make a good steak or how to pick out a good steak at the grocery store. So steaks aren't a normal thing that I make at home. I'm more or less keeping that for when I go out to eat dinner, because that's generally, unless a menu has specific gluten-free items, that's generally the safest thing to eat is a steak and a baked potato. And I make sure not to get... I recently found out that a lot of cream cheeses have gluten in them. They use modified food starch, which is mostly gluten-based. I guess it makes it thicker. A lot of even sauces and barbecue sauces and ketchups might use that too. Moo, indeed. So I'm off the sour cream. There is some you can buy in the store that's straight up just cream, sour cream. That's gluten-free, so that's good, but... Alright, Wolfie, let's... I'm always concerned that he's going to spawn, like, under the ice. So... we have been spending a lot of time in ice biomes today. Or snow biomes, whatever. So let's be careful. But yeah... So I make sure in a restaurant just to get a baked potato plain with just butter or whatever, so... Anyway, yeah, that's... I guess, did that answer that question? That's what I make for dinner. I recently found a stir-fry sauce that is also gluten-free, so the other day green, red, yellow peppers and onions in the wok, fry them up, put the stir-fry sauce, make a pot of white rice. That's an easy, good thing to make. I did at one point try... Hi, hot dogs with gluten-free hot dog buns. Not the same, unfortunately. Sorry. So, yeah, I've kind of given up on trying to find gluten-free alternatives of regular foods. Like, I've tried gluten-free fish sticks, which were a disappointment. I even got gluten-free corn dogs. Those were a disappointment. So, I'm just going to go straight up with gluten-free items that are just naturally gluten-free or whatever, so... Oh, well. But yeah, that's what I make for dinner normally. Becky's Bunnies continues on asking questions. That sentence had like 5 different tenses in it. But the bunnies, they ask, what careers have you considered? Without talking too much about the YouTube career thing again, like I'm trying to avoid talking about. I was, obviously, you might know, at one point a web/graphic designer. So I obviously considered that career. Kind of just happened into that career, I guess you could say. Careers have I considered? I mean, I've looked into... Okay, we're up high now again, damn it. It's gonna have another hard time getting back down. Yep, this is just dangerous. I don't foresee any easy way down here. Neither does Wolfie, I hope. Okay, whew. Yeah, this... Okay, well, hold on. I'm getting a feel for the terrain. Oh, this is dangerous. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie. Careful, Wolfie. Yep, nope. And there's a creeper down there. Oh god, Wolfie. Okay, yeah, let's go back the way we came. Good lord. And then find another way around. We are like the Fellowship of the Ring. We are up, I don't remember what the name of those mountains were, but they get avalanched on, and then leave it up to the ring bearer to decide. And he decides to go through the mines of Moria, or whatever they were called. Then they end up with the Balrog. Lord of the Rings. Sorry. So, Wolfie took some damage there. What was I talking about? Careers have I considered? Obviously, I'd like to be an astronaut. That would be cool. But that's not really, that's kind of one of those weird careers, because a lot of astronauts get their PhDs or something in something else. So they're like engineers or scientists or physicians or things like that, or pilots before they become astronauts. So kind of astronaut necessarily isn't a career choice. It's just kind of a byproduct of having another career, it seems. So it'd be cool to have a career that would end up eventually turning into becoming an astronaut, like geologist. I like sciences, the geology, planetary geology, astronomer, stuff like that. To become an astronaut, they'd obviously probably want more geologists with their current plans of heading back to the moon and perhaps to asteroids and Mars and stuff like that. So that's always cool. Woof, indeed. I've considered people, at least all of my college professors, always told me I was a very good writer in English. So some sort of writer would be interesting. But again, that's another one of those very vague careers that could be anything. So yeah, that kind of boils that down, I guess, doesn't it? Another question from the bunnies. Can you ride a bike? I'm assuming you mean like a bicycle, a self-powered bicycle. Yes, I can. Learned as a kid, did quite a bit of bike riding throughout middle school and stuff. Stuff like that. I don't own a bike right now. I haven't ridden a bike in a couple of years, I think. So it's been a while, but yes, I can ride a bike. I cannot ride a motorcycle. I've never done such a thing. So I don't know anybody who has any motorcycles to test, or I don't have a license, obviously, or anything. So no, I've never ridden a motorcycle, if that's the kind of bike you're talking about. Whoop. And final question from Becky's Bunnies. Careful, Wolfie. You're getting hurt again. What is the boldest thing you've done? Flowing water. I keep ending up in places with flowing water. What's up with that? Wolfie? Where you at? Let's spawn right here. Yeah! And jumping sit. Boldest thing I've ever done? Not to get self-referential again, but quitting my job and then starting to do this YouTube thing as a full-time job. Caves. The Mines of Moria. So yeah, this, I would have to say, would be the boldest thing I've ever done. And it's all with the help of you guys. So thanks! You have emboldened me to become the person I am today. Woo! Boop. Wasn't I just talking about how I was curious if I had enough coal? Here's coal. So yeah, I think that answers those questions. Random non-YouTube related questions. Thank you very much. You can keep asking questions in the comments below, and I will select the finest of them to answer in a Far Lands or Bust episode. Let us wrap up this episode of Far Lands or Bust, episode 204, the first of the new year. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And let me remind you guys once again to keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to Child's Play charity. This is more than just a random journey to the end of the map in Minecraft. We're raising money for Child's Play charity, helping get toys, books, and games into children's hospitals and hospitals around the world. I do appreciate everybody's support for that, and like I said, everybody's support for the Buzzcut, the Jason Statham Buzzcut initiative video. I appreciate that. Happy New Year. Like I said in the last episode, I look forward to a new full year of awesome stuff happening on the channel, on YouTube, for everybody that I know, and the Mindcrack server, and all my other YouTuber friends, and all you fans and Farlanders out there. May the new year bring epic, amazing epicosity of epicness. Woof! Wolfie agrees. Wolfie sends the same wishes. But yes, thanks for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.